Welcome to the vibrant and amazing Victoria Pride Parade. CHEK is proud to bring you this broadcast from the spectacular Fairmont Empress. And now, get ready for an unforgettable celebration with your dazzling hosts, Scott Fee, Tess Van Stratton, and Eddie Licious.
Hello and welcome to the 2026 Victoria Pride Parade from the BC capital and Victoria's iconic Inner Harbour. Here's our drone shot. This is the first year we have drone shots in the Victoria Pride Parade. It's going to be so exciting to see. Shout out to our drone operator, Ollie Herrera. You can see the Fairmont Empress Hotel there. Crowds gathering. Good turnout today for the Pride Parade, and it's a sunny day in the BC capital, although that wind is kicking up a little bit. Hi, I'm Tess Van Stratton here with Scott Fee and drag artist Eddie Licious. We are thrilled to be back as your hosts again this year, and it's going to be an amazing parade.
And before we get into all the fun and color, we'll throw things over to Eddie now with today's land acknowledgement. Eddie.
Thank you. Tanse, friends, family, and allies. My name is Eddie, and I'm a Métis citizen living as a guest here. My family surnames include Houle, Callahoo, Ross, Amiot, and Turnyo, and my family has historical ties to the Red River Settlement, Lac St. Anne, Paddle Prairie, and Turtle Mountain. We'd like to humbly and respectfully acknowledge that we are here today on the ancestral lands of the Lekwungen peoples of the Songhees and Esquimalt or Kasepsum nations, the Wasanich peoples as well. We take this moment to express sincere gratitude to the First Nations who have been stewards and protectors of this land since time immemorial and who continue to hold cultural connections to the territory today. We're currently broadcasting from Lekwungen territory, the land of the smoked herring. As a majority of guests and settlers here, it's important to recognize how our larger colonial communities are implicated in the ongoing impacts on First Nations people so that we can work towards a more intersectional approach to challenging power and privilege, an important topic these days. We are very fortunate to be able to gather here as a very beautiful 2S LGBTQIA+ community. Many of us have found our way here by way of past generations of relatives, some in more recent times. As guests, we must choose to recognize and lean into the responsibility our position affords us. If you haven't already, we highly recommend putting in the time to find and connect with the many amazing Indigenous resources locally available, many of whom you're going to see showing off their pride today. Nativeland.ca is another excellent resource for anyone wanting to learn how to be a better ally. Haichkusiam, Niquila for welcoming us on this beautiful day, and thank you to those watching at home for helping us start it in a good way.
Thank you so much, Eddie. And terrific to have Eddie back with us this year. You were here with us last year. For those who aren't familiar, as Tess was talking about, Eddie is a drag artist. You were performing. You've had an incredible year. Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank
for
you.
one. That's amazing.
Happy Pride to me.
Yes, happy Pride to you.
Yeah, I love you, Karen.
Eddie, you hosted and performed at the Two-Spirit Drag Extravaganza that presented by CHEK and Our Native Land this year. That was an incredible experience.
It was wonderful. Yes, we put on a fantastic show with some really cherished drag artists to me. I was with G Wiz, Lacrosse, Lilith Kane, and we put on a fantastic show for just for the community and for people that are interested in just learning more about what Two-Spirit Drag is all about, and also to donate funds towards the Aboriginal Coalition to End Homelessness. So it was a really nice night, really powerful evening.
That's amazing. And you performed a song about your two-spiritness. Can you explain that to people who don't know what that means?
Yeah, it's so it's a song I actually wrote in 2016, so that's aging me a bit, and it's interesting that I'm still kind of telling the same story these days. But yes, it's definitely an increasingly more popular topic to talk about. So Two-Spirit identity is separate than colonial queerness in so many different ways. The term Two-Spirit is actually a pan-Indigenous term that is used to encompass the section of Indigenous people that don't exist within the traditional gender roles, sort of. So it means many different things to many different cultures. For me personally, as a Métis person, I started originally thinking of it in terms of gender more so, but as I've come along on my journey, I sort of more see it as a way of asking myself, how can I serve my community and what kind of role am I playing? You know, I can be a warrior for my family. I can also be a caretaker. I can nurture the strength and the ferocity that sometimes is required in these days. And I can also nurture the softness and the relenting aspects of myself that are also very, very necessary. So it's kind of all about stepping up and stepping into the light in a way that feels balanced for yourself. And I think a lot of Two-Spirit drag artists, like we all have definitely our different cultural specificities to it, but to try to explain it in sort of layman's terms like that, it's a very energetic, sort of lifelong kind of journey for artists
We
like
very
us.
much appreciate your openness and your courage and your artistry and your skill and being able to spend time with us on such an important day like this. So thank you for coming back and being with us, and happy Pride to you.
Happy Pride, I'm honored.
I think Eddie also came back for the cocktails from the Fairmont Empress.
We're going to have cocktails.
As did we.
Mocktails.
Mocktails, cocktails.
We have tea.
Yes, so the tea at the Empress is world famous, and they have a tea tray for us as well. So thank
there
you
it is.
to the Empress, one of our sponsors, and they actually have a scone master, believe it or not, who has been making them for more than 45 years here. So they are very, very good. And of course, macaroons, my favorite.
Do you want some tea?
Yes, I would love some
While
tea.
we're doing that, we should take this moment to thank all of our sponsors: Helijet, Third Space Movement, Victoria Pride Society, again, the Fairmont Empress, Totem Towing, and Sunbelt Rentals. Thank you so much for participating and helping us be able to broadcast this here today for you. There's also going to be an encore presentation tonight as well of this broadcast. Eddie, do you need some tea down there?
I have my own.
Yes, and
Personal
Totem Towing and
stash.
Sunbelt, always great partners for all of our parades. They're our eye in the sky, and of course we have our even bigger eye in the sky this year with our drone camera, which just spectacular footage from the Victoria Inner Harbor. We'll see all the parades and floats and people marching down the parade route. So it's an interesting parade route this year, really taking in the best that Victoria has to offer.
It's a beautiful route.
It's a beautiful route, and it's so fun because there's so many spots along the way that you can line the route. And there's also a seniors viewing area this year, which is it's great to have. And it was really important for the Pride Society to have that because a lot of people in these communities often feel isolated as they get older and may not feel comfortable. So having a safe space for them was really important this year.
I saw them lining up this morning and getting ready into comfortable spots in those spaces. And coming in, I was coming over from Esquimalt, and you could see people starting to walk down towards the core already. So we are expecting tens of thousands of people here today. Last year, I think the number was around 80,000. So you can feel the energy already.
Yes, absolutely. Lots of dogs as well. We've already met a couple pooches that have come out to take in the Pride Parade with their owners. Now, the parade started as a protest, and it has become much more of a celebration now, but we did want to touch on why it's important still to have events like this and to talk about issues that these communities face.
Eddie, I don't know if you want to elaborate on that, but I know, and I just had a conversation with an individual just before we started this broadcast, someone talking to me being like, you know, I don't always understand, like there is a protest grassroots, there is a celebration, and there is definitely a celebration and a happy side of this, and the visibility and a safe space that this Pride Parade represents, and Pride in general. But it is rooted, as Tess mentioned, from protest. I mean, going back to Stonewall is really where it all began, and locally it was in the early 90s, and it was a much tougher time to put on something like this, let alone have it broadcast.
Yes, indeed. I mean, yes, you had the Stonewall riots earlier on, a bit before Victoria started doing a yearly event here. But the first official march, I know they tried to get together in previous years, and it was kind of not supported by the city. But in 1994, their first official march was actually a protest to help raise awareness for AIDS research and for medications. My family was actually part of the first protest because my uncle was affected by that pandemic, and they were there to support him. So it's a really important thing to remember that this did come from people banding together to show our strength and our resilience and our refusal to go away. And over the years, it has turned into more of a celebration. But we've got to remember that queer joy is resistance in its own right. So if you're out there today and you're feeling kind of mixed feelings about the political climate or how things are really tough for some people at certain intersex of identities still, remember that this is an opportunity to lean into community and to fill your cup back up in that way. And that is incredibly valid. Queer joy is not the only form of resistance, so remember that after the glitter settles this week. Get out there and make a plan, get active, connect with one another. But today is really just a way to really look at how far we've come and to take stock of that.
And how much work still needs to be done. I know in Canada we think, things are so much better here, it's fine here compared to some countries in the world where people are still killed if they're gay. But really, we still have work to do. You've faced discrimination Just in the last few weeks, it's sad to see the growing hate in our world in the last few years. I feel like it was better maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and now we're seeing more hate. So the tiara doesn't really work with my headpiece. It just started to...
Oh, it does. It brings some color to it.
Started falling off my...
No hate to tiaras.
My microphone and earpiece started falling off.
Yeah,
But I didn't mean to make light of that because it is a very serious issue. And I think if you're not personally impacted by it and not facing discrimination or hate, you get some horrible messages, death threats, awful things that we like to think doesn't happen in Canada or doesn't happen in Victoria or on Vancouver Island. But I think we're seeing an increase in people feeling like they can
People are
discriminate.
a lot more bold to be proudly bigoted. They are. And it's interesting because I know that the attitude has always been there. I came out when I was a wee little 13-year-old, probably not of my own choice, but it was a tough time growing up. But now it's just, yes, the boldness with which people approach you it's quite scary. It's quite affronting. And, I know people see drag artists, you guys are having a happy, fun time, this and that. This comes off at the end of the day. I am a human being, and it's interesting. It really speaks to a broader societal issue, I think. So many things are kind of being treated as inhuman, corporations, this and that. We're really dehumanizing a lot of aspects about ourselves and each other in this interesting AI era.
Yeah.
So it's something that we really need to watch and just remember, first and foremost, there's a human being behind the screen, the keyboard, whatever you're interacting with.
And we've really seen that with social media. People don't think you're a person, or they feel like they can say whatever they want. But would you actually go up to someone on the street and say that? Some people sadly would, but most people wouldn't. So really think twice before you make comments, because the damage it can do. Young people are committing, they're taking their own lives, sadly. They're the victims of suicide because of not feeling included, not feeling welcome, feeling like they're judged. And it's heartbreaking to see that this century.
And I think it's okay not to understand. I think it's okay to struggle with some. The two LGBT communities are not one thing, and you can't paint it all with one brush. And there's layers and nuance to many communities. And myself, who's a member of the 2S LGBT community, I don't understand all of it. And I work to grow, to change, to learn. And I may not fully understand someone's point of view, but I can respect it. I can have a healthy conversation about it. I can ask questions. I can read books. I've been doing a lot of reading this year just on my own to learn different aspects and different people's points of view. And it doesn't have to come from a place of anger. And I think it is actually human nature to be fearful of things we don't understand. I think that is a natural reaction. But as we evolve, I think it's being able to be in touch with that fear and then understanding, okay, why am I feeling this way? Where does that come from? Why do I have anger towards another human being? We're all just organisms trying to make our way here on the planet, and everyone has a right. And the sad thing is people having to fight to show their existence. Indeed. And I think that's where the struggle is. You have people there who are just saying, I just want to exist. Nobody's asking for anything or take anything from you. And we're living in a very divisive time. It's very divisive, and it's being designed to be divisive in a lot of ways. And sometimes the media plays a role in that too. So we always have to keep ourselves in check. But I think it is just having empathy and not being too hard on yourself or others, and you don't always have to get it, and that's okay.
Absolutely. And questioning your thinking, critical thinking. There's just so many manipulative resources these days. That's why I'm always pushing the idea of going to the source, getting the story from the person, having that real life connection, which we have such a great opportunity to do today. You can take in so much about somebody's energy and intention by being in their presence, more so than through reading about critiques from some journal or something that is so disconnected.
And that's why it's important for us to have these parades, for CHEK to broadcast this parade, because I think it's really about understanding and education. I think the more we understand each other, the better our society will be. As you said, people often fear what they don't know, and you don't have to understand it, as Scott said, to be respectful or respect it or allow someone just to live their life. They're not hurting anybody. Just let them live their life like you can live your life. And I think our society would be, if we're just kinder to each other and give people a little grace, our society would be such a better place on all fronts.
Yeah, I think unfortunately we are played a lot. I think there are a lot of divisive mechanisms that are thrown into society to pit us against each other in different ways, regardless of pride. I just mean in general. And I think that when you start to get to know your neighbor, you get to know your community, you participate, volunteering, being a part of it, you start seeing, I am different than that person. Or we don't, maybe I'm not a big fan of the color they wear. But
But please don't send us an email saying you don't like it.
But it's okay. It's okay. We don't all have to vote for the same thing. We don't all have to drive the same car. We don't all have to wear the same clothes. That's what makes us rich. That's what makes us human, and it's the human experience. And it's terrific and an absolute privilege to be a part of this broadcast as it was. And I should mention that, Tess, you've been doing this for a long time.
2019.
When it was much smaller, in terms of the broadcast scale. So you've been at it for a long time. So appreciate your commitment to being a part of this broadcast. It means a lot to the community. So thank you for being an ally.
Well, and it was important for you when you were a news director to have us host the Pride Parade and have a live stream, and it's eventually become a broadcast because you thought it was really important we did that for our community. Do you want to talk a little bit about, with your lived experience, how meaningful this is for you?
Yeah, we've come a long way. So it is important that we talk about the celebration aspect too, because there have been a lot of wins. I grew up in a time, I know I'm old, but I grew up in a time that I know and remember people got fired for being part of these communities, literally would lose their job, and no questions asked. So to see that change where that is not part of the equation as much as it was in the past is a huge win. For myself, for my own career, it was definitely a struggle being an on-air personality and having to keep that quiet in order to, progress in this industry. And it wasn't until much later in my career, like 2017-ish, that I was able to talk openly about my husband, being married, being open. And there are a lot of people that I can thank that were a big part of that. There are a lot of great people that have been brave, allies who have stood up. And it does take outside folks to put themselves on the line sometimes to help crack that. For me, it was Brian Burke, who at the time was the general manager of the Calgary Flames, and his son, who sadly died in a car accident, was openly gay and was in the hockey world. And Mr. Burke took the time to really go out there on behalf of the NHL and really try and sell this idea that we're all human beings, we're all in this together. And people like that, who you didn't typically maybe think was an ally, really made a big difference for me. And I think that that's the people who are watching at home, or the young people, or people who are struggling with it, and all of a sudden they see representation in the parade, out in society, go, hey, I identify with that. That person seems like more me, and that's what saves lives.
Absolutely. I think a lot of people feel really isolated and alone, and then when they can see themselves represented or feel like they might belong or feel like they're being included, it makes such a difference. And inclusion is just really everything.
The parade today is so great for that too, because you're going to see so many intersects of community. You're like, wow, these people exist here all year round, and they do. They're doing great work all year round. The entrants in this in this year's parade are just, there's something here for everybody, truly. So pay attention, take notes if you're watching at home, and write it down. They all have social medias. They're all living here. We're all local people here, so it does exist. There is community. It's just hard to find sometimes.
And it's grassroots too. It's not a corporate parade, right? Like you said, that it comes from political history. Even now, people who are participating in it, there is a process to be a part of the parade. You don't just get to sign up. You also have to walk the walk, whether it's your corporation, whether it's a bank, whether it's a society. They also have to show that they are participating and creating safe spaces for people. And there's somewhat of a measuring stick to be a part of this. You don't get to just walk off the street and say, hey, I'm a part of this, and try and capitalize on being an open corporation.
Certainly. I know I'm very close with a couple of the very high up people in the Victoria Pride Society, and it's volunteer run. It's the process that people go through to apply to be in the parade or the festival. They are vetted. They are members of community. I'm hosting the festival later, and I don't even need my notes. I know all of those people because they're out there all year doing great work, performing 12 months of the year. It's wild. So it's a beautiful feeling to see all these queers that live in my phone all year long, And
it's a good reminder to get out, come enjoy Victoria, come see people in person. Lots of kids lining their parade route, all excited. We saw someone jumping up and down just a moment ago. There's 128 entries in this year's Victoria Pride Parade. A huge range as well in those entries. Lots of nonprofits and community groups showing their support. People doing amazing things. Lots of volunteers walking in this parade today who do things to help other people in our community across all walks of life. So it's really a celebration of some of the best things Victoria has to offer.
Beautiful shots we were seeing there from our crew who are out in the streets here in downtown Victoria. You're seeing the thousands of people have come out. The parade officially started a while ago. We're waiting for the actual see the entries make their way around the corner into our broadcast zone here in front of the Fairmont Empress, but you can see the people are anticipating it, and there isn't like an official start gun that goes off. So it sort of organically gets underway here.
Not the right context for
yes,
that.
But
no.
we did see a police motorbike come by. So that's usually a good sign that the parade is getting close to us. And you can see all of the people lining the beautiful parade route. So we're right here along the Inner Harbor. And of course, it goes down Wharf Street as well. So spectacular views while you're watching the parade of Victoria as well. And Victoria's waterfront. There's some people waving at us. Lots of color as well. I always say this is our most colorful parade on Vancouver Island, and it's not an official claim, but I think it's also the parade with the most dogs participating in the parade as well. And thankfully the weather today is perfect for that. Not too hot, not too cold. So we're expecting to see lots of pooches walking the parade, tutus, lots of fun costumes, not just on the dogs, but on people as well.
Yeah, we're not going to worry about their little paws on the feet, right? Or their little feet on the cement, right?
We've had years where we've had heat waves and we've asked people to leave their pets at home because it's not safe. But nice temperature right now, a little bit of a breeze in the Inner Harbor like we normally see. Our boa's blowing a little bit in the wind.
I'm absolutely loving the new drone shots too that they keep going to. I keep watching the monitor and then forgetting when we're on air. Sorry, if I'm squinting at something, I'm just admiring this beautiful new drone shot. It's like you guys really went the extra mile this year with inclusivity of perspectives. We've got seagull perspectives, which they're valid. They are members of our community as well.
In the air, midway up in our Sunbelt Totem rental as well. We have Marcus up in our Sunbelt rental. And then I really want to give a shout out to Ollie Herrera, one of our video journalists who really has taken the lead on our drone footage and tested it all himself and really pushed to be able to have these shots, not just in this parade, but our other parades as well.
Yeah, you want to show off the beauty that we're surrounded with too, like bringing queerness into nature where it belongs. Look at that beautiful greenery. Hello, Victoria.
And it's amazing with the context and, talking to elders who have witnessed Pride, what you were referencing, Eddie, in terms of like your uncle who tragically passed through the AIDS crisis, and that the first parade that happened in Victoria was in 1981. And as Eddie was referencing, the mayor at the time declined to recognize it at that time. Look how far, like when talk about the celebration and the wins, when you're talking about upwards of 80,000 people are in the core from a time in 81. And that's, a huge difference in 1981 in Victoria. It was 1969 in Stonewall in New York when it first started. But that's how long this has been going on. And then for some people, it was like yesterday.
Yep. And that was really in our lifetime, 1981, where it wasn't recognized. The city did not support it. The mayor did not support it. And now the mayor of Victoria takes part in it. Yes, this year, Marian Alto will be in a fire truck in the parade like last year. But mayors have been participating. The city supports it. So many different groups support it. So it's amazing to see that. And we really want to have that celebration aspect as well, because it is very fun, very colorful, lots of great music. We've got some dance routines coming through. Our CHEK float involves a dance routine. So we'll see how Joe Perkins does with some of those steps in the dance routine.
They're going to slay.
We talked about the changes in Pride, like we're saying every year can be a little bit different, because I think there have been times when there was the parade or Pride itself would lean very much into celebration heavily, and some of the politics was more in the background. It seems like over the last couple of years, politics has come back into the forefront again, which is the roots of Pride. So sometimes I think it's confusing for people who may not understand it or may not be a part of it as much and go, okay, why are we talking about this? Or why is that? I thought it was, rainbows and unicorns. Yes, that is part of it. But sometimes in the world, things shift and different topics come up, different issues come up, human rights come up, and it is a reminder of how volatile human rights can be. And it's not just the 2S LGBT communities that face that. It can be lots of different minorities and lots of different people can face that. And sometimes Pride takes it on the chin for other people too. And you'll see changes in this year's Pride too, where you see different organizations maybe weren't a part of it a couple years ago or a part of it this year, because the world changes, society shifts, and different causes come to the forefront.
It's sad to see us regressing in many ways on equal rights and equal opportunities for people, because we had made so much progress on all fronts, not just related to Pride, but for women, for minorities, and we're really seeing things shift, unfortunately, with so much hate in the world, which is so sad to see. So I think if everyone asks, so what's one thing you can do to be more positive or make someone's day better or spread joy? Because if you smile at someone, they're probably going to smile back, right? If you see someone at the supermarket who looks like they're struggling, just a smile can make a difference.
And sometimes it is awareness. Sometimes it's like where I may feel like things are better and things have been great for me. But it may be another voice out there going, well, it hasn't been great for me over the last year. And we never really recognized those voices before. And now we're in a point where more of us have become more aware. And you'd be like, you know what? You're right. We actually haven't discussed this, or we haven't, this right hasn't been discussed, or these different viewpoints. So that's where things shift. I think it's internal growth sometimes and awareness. The fight may have always been there. It just didn't get the time and the voice for it.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting time being careful with our energy and stuff too, because it's like we need to show up for these things and really think about them and do the work, do the learning to make sure that we are acting in line with our own morals and feel good about that. But also you need time to relax too. So it's very much just a balance and an exercise in being gentle and compassionate with one another, with where we're at that day. It's always really good practice to, anytime you feel a strong emotion from something you've read or heard, ask yourself who's profiting from that before you dig too deeply into it. Right. Is somebody making money? If I go with this, is there money to be made from me feeling this way? And it might lead you to some interesting places.
And politics has become so divisive as well. But so we're hoping to raise awareness today. We're hoping to spread some joy today as well. But tell us what made you want to be a drag performer, Eddie.
Oh my gosh. I don't remember a time that I wasn't like this, really. As my older sister, hi Renee, my sister is about 18 years older than me, so she saw me as a baby, and in her words, I was a very queer child. So I don't think I really had a choice. My family raised me, I was raised in a big, awesome Métis family with lots of extended family around and this and that, and my parents never really put strict gender roles on me. So I think when I was playing with costumes and characters when I was younger, like at this point I don't even quite know which way I'd have to go to cross-dress. So it's always been sort of a natural way I expressed myself. And then I didn't really realize there was a community of people like this until I was an adult. I started going to the bars. I found a gay bar, Prism, back in the day here. I might be aging myself. But then I found this beautiful community of queer people, of 2S LGBTQI+ artists that were just messy and in process and figuring themselves out just like me. The rest is history.
And Eddie, as you share your story, thank you again. I just want to recognize Queers on Gears is getting ready to officially kick off the parade, at least at this point in terms of broadcast. The Queers on Gears and Dykes on Bikes motorcycle contingent clearing the parade route and getting everyone ready for the opening. Their presence, loud. Bikes, they're integral parts of many pride parades, providing security and holding an honored position representing liberation and empowerment.
And we're hearing lots of noise. That's always a good sign. It's getting noisy down here. The excitement is definitely building in Victoria's Inner Harbor. So it's great to see this motorcycle group kicking things off. Community members of all gender identities who wish to support the valued tradition of starting off this parade.
And as we see more entries come around in front of us, another moment just to thank our sponsors again for all their time and work and energy to be able to have us here and be able to bring this to you. Helijet, Third Space Movement, Victoria Pride Society, the Fairmont Empress, Totem Towing, and Sunbelt Rentals. Thank you for all that you do, and especially those who continue to support us. We really appreciate all of your energy for us to be able to bring this to you today.
Yes, yeah, great community partners. It's always great when people support community and help to make our little piece of paradise a little bit better. Oh, here we go.
Seeing some
They're
bikes.
coming down. They're turning the corner. Lots of honking going on right now. Rev those engines.
This inclusive group, Queers on Gears, made up of motorcycle riding community members of all gender identities who wish to support the valued tradition. So thank you for starting the parade.
And we have a little doggy visitor who might come say hello as well. In a tutu. I'm very jealous of this little tutu. So we just had a viewer drop by with their dog. What's her name? Topaz? Oh my goodness. Look at this little sweet muffin.
How old is Topaz? 13 and a half.
This is Topaz.
Thank you,
Look
Topaz.
at this little
Nice
tutu.
outfit.
13 and a half. What a little sweetheart. Oh my goodness.
You're not wrong, Tess. There are a lot of dogs
lot
down
of dogs.
at the parade today.
Yes. You can be our new co-host as well, Topaz.
You're killing it, girl.
Yeah,
Making me feel
getting ready
underdressed
for
here.
the bikes to come on
Oh,
through.
geez. We've got treats.
We have treats.
For Topaz.
Oh, Topaz has treats. Oh my goodness.
You gotta tip
Chacha's
the
gonna be
talent.
so jealous. Chacha's gonna wanna tutu like this. She's like, oh my goodness.
Air dog.
Oh my goodness.
She's
Passing back,
airborne.
passing
We're
back.
gonna
Here we
pass
go.
back
Here's
to her
there's
mommy,
Mom.
who has
There's
a matching
Mom.
tutu.
Thank you very
And the
much.
pass is safe. All right. I do sports as well, folks.
I love it when we have little doggy visitors. It's so fun. Thank you for that. And I don't know if we'll have any dogs on the bikes today.
Maybe in a sidecar.
Yes, yeah, that's possible. All right. And with this, we are going to officially kick off the 2026 Victoria Pride Parade from Victoria's beautiful Inner Harbor.
We love the Queers on Gears. This is a historical throwback. Typically, lesbians would lead the Pride Parade. And it's also the first letter in the acronym of the 2S LGBTQI+ acronym, because during the Stonewall, during the AIDS epidemic, it was women who often did a lot of caretaking for their friends. So this is a cool, real.
Oh, I have to take a little photo op, and then we're ready to go. With the iconic Fairmont Empress Hotel in the background. And you can see the crowds just lining the parade route as well. People of all ages, all walks of life. Great to see such a turnout again for the Pride Parade. I think they're just having fun.
They are having fun,
we're
and
just
that
gonna
is the
have our
point.
moment.
That is the
We're just going to have our moment
I
here.
appreciate that they're stopping for a photo op. Let everybody catch up. Take your moment. Take your moment, folks.
We were
Yes.
saying earlier that it looked like, you're like, hey, there's people around, but it doesn't seem overly crowded, but it has certainly changed in the last 30 minutes or so. There's a lot more people down here
Yes.
now.
We were on island time today.
Yes.
I
Yes.
was worried, but wow,
We
it
were.
sure did
Definitely.
fill up. I just looked
On
around
island
and yeah,
time.
there's a sea of people out here.
And Tess, you've been keeping an eye on the weather, and you were saying it's kind of a perfect day for a parade. It's dry, for one.
Yes.
It's not overly hot, and they've got a bit of a breeze.
I know all the drag performers are jumping for joy right now, including myself if I wasn't sitting.
Yes, yeah, and it's usually about a 90-minute parade, so you don't want it to be too hot. You certainly don't want it to be raining for all the people walking in it, because they're walking all the way to McDonald Park in James Bay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Eddie, you're a part of the festivities after the parade that take place. Talk a little bit about what that's like.
Oh, I am very, very excited. I will be at McDonald Park at 3 p.m. hosting a massive showcase of some of my very, very favorite drag performers, incredible artists down there. There's truly such a wide range of drag styles, expressions, so many different backgrounds from the performers. You gotta get down there to check it out. The festival has so much going on in general. Obviously, I'm most excited about my set because I love saying nice things about my friends, but there's there's tons to do. There's a kids area down there. We've got new this year. We've got inflatable pony races, which I will be
fun.
pushing people out of the way to get in front of the line for that one. Let me tell you, just to warn you.
And what's so great about the parade is that there is the organized aspect of it, of the entries coming through, and then generally the populace that have been watching the parade, they come up from behind the parade and follow it all the way to McDonald Park.
That is my favorite sight to see. It's just that huge throng of people being led by a float blasting gay music. It's just, yeah, it's festival times.
Oh, it looks
good.
like the rest of the parade has
Here we
caught
go.
up. That's what we were waiting for. Of course, the Queers and
Holy.
Gears, Dyke Sound Bikes waiting for the rest of the parade so that they can officially kick things off and start. And we have our Indigenous communities coming behind them as well. So first up is the Songhees Nation, as well as the Esquimalt Nation, who are also starting to use a different name. Eddie, can you talk to us about that a little bit?
So the Esquimalt Nation is also using their family name, Kosepsum. So they're known as the Esquimalt and Kosepsum Nation now. These things travel through word of mouth through our small communities slowly, but always interesting and good to keep up and get more specific.
And we wanted to give a shout out to the Songhees Wellness Center as well on Admirals Road. It's a great place for community members to go for resources. You can also rent out space there for meetings or a catered meal
It's a
as well,
beautiful
which
space.
helps them do more programs.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful space, wonderful art in there. It's got great vibes.
Look at these amazing drone shots.
Wow, how many people do they have crammed on that truck? I love it. Cozy.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah, you guys don't need to walk. Get your ride down there. I approve.
You mentioned the Songhees, the Esquimalt First Nation, traveling widely across southern Vancouver Island before colonial borders and laws, the Salish Sea, up the Fraser River, hunting deer, elk, and seal, relying heavily on the sea, using reef net technology to harvest salmon back in the day.
And their oral histories and place names continue to reflect deep and ongoing relationships with these lands and waters.
That's right. The Kwungan translates to land of the smoked herring.
And I can see why. We see the herring runs every
Yeah.
year where the waters turn that beautiful, looks like tropical turquoise blue.
Oh, we're
with
so
the
lucky to
spawn.
live here. Oh my goodness.
We are. Look at that. It's such a beautiful city.
We've really got it all, you know. Beautiful people. You can rest your back up against a tree and look out at the ocean and the mountains. Hello.
And it's so great for people who maybe feel alone, maybe feel isolated. It's moments like this where we do come together, especially in a day and age of technology, our phone machines in our hands. Here is a moment where we can connect as a community as a whole.
Yeah, look at these beautiful faces. I hope they all have sunscreen on.
So we have Two Spirit United as well. They were formerly known as the Greater Vancouver Native Cultural Society, now Two Spirit Collective. It's been in existence for more than 40 years. It was founded back in 1978, so that's getting close to 50 years. And it was the first of its kind on the West Coast.
In the words of their elder and founder, Laurie McDonald, the GVNCS was created in response to racism within Vancouver's gay community. Intersectionality is important, folks.
So they recently updated their vision and rebranded to align with the many Two Spirit organizations across Canada, from the West Coast to the East Coast, of course, to the North Coast as well.
And blastin' Lady Gaga, Born This Way. Yes, you were, cuties. Be proud.
And love is love. That's such an important message.
The VPS Two Spirit United offered primary support to the community through the AIDS crisis. They've been involved in local and international pageantry, and they actually annually elect a chief and princess at their own legacy ball to lead the work of raising funds for various community organizations and charities, relationship building, and educating community about Two Spirit ways.
And Eddie, your experience, lived experience in the two-spirited world, really there's been a lot of changes in terms of awareness and being more a part of the queer communities has really been in the forefront.
It's an important distinction, I think, because these identities existed before colonization, and the way that we frame queer or gay, lesbian identities is through a colonial lens. So it's really something for Indigenous people that helps us reconnect to our culture and the original intended meanings for our peoples. And there are some crossovers if you look at, aesthetics, all this blah, blah, blah. But yes, it's I'm very excited about it. It's very cool to see us reclaiming our sovereignty and identity in so many deeply personal ways like this.
Thank you for sharing. I want to mention the Victoria Native Friendship Center that we'll be seeing coming along. The Victoria Native Friendship Center has been providing services to the urban Indigenous population from the island and all across our country since 1970.
It's a nonprofit, Indigenous-led organization on southern Vancouver Island on the traditional lands of the Lekwungen-speaking peoples.
Up to 200 compassionate staff members deliver over 75 programs and services to the estimated 21,000 off-reserve Indigenous people in the community, as well as supporting on-reserve citizens in the 10 local nations. I have benefited from their services. I've been to job fairs there. I've had career and educational counselors help me. They really do put in the work. They're incredible. Anybody who's able, who hasn't already, checked them out. If you're an Indigenous person looking for community, just show up. We hang out on Tuesdays in the afternoon and complain about capitalism. Like, it's great. It's like something for everybody, all ages. Come on down. We do like potlucks and stuff too. It's great.
And community is so important for everybody, to have a sense of community, to have people you can connect with, to not feel alone or isolated.
Yeah, these folks really do it great. And it's such a cute little place, too. I love spending time there. In the evening, they open it up for people who are unhoused to sleep there as well. So it's really a 24/7 just haven for community. I love it.
Lots of cheers going up. Look at that shot of the Fairmont Empress Hotel. It is the castle on the coast, definitely living up to its reputation, and just how stunning the Victoria Inner Harbor looks. These shots are just incredible.
So cool. You can really appreciate the amount of people here, and you see it from afar like that. Yeah, so tiny, just like ants. Oh, there we go.
Lots of rainbows, lots of fans, lots of flags, lots of tutus. We also wanted to give a shout out to the Métis Nation of Greater Victoria. There are an estimated 6,500 Métis identified people throughout the Capital Regional District. That was according to the 2021 census. Of course, Eddie, you're a member of the Métis Nation. And
yes, we're everywhere. We are everywhere. Yes, my family originally comes from the Red River Settlement and then moved to Paddle Prairie in Alberta. But my grandma's generation moved us out here, so I'm lucky to be part of the Métis Nation of Greater Victoria. I love this community.
In your time here, living here, have you noticed the resources, the support, the connection getting richer in terms of connecting with community and people coming together?
I have been seeing it more just in the wild. Definitely, I felt my family was a bit more isolated when I was growing up, and now there just seems to be much more events happening. There certainly was in the South Island powwow that we have every year here. That never existed when I was growing up. Much smaller potlucks than this. So, absolutely, I think that the efforts are really starting to show. It's just a continued thing we've got to keep up on.
So we have marching and drumming along the parade route as well.
Some beautiful regalia. I love I have a drag artist friend, a Sequepamp artist, their name's G Wiz, hi G, and they do something they call relational creating, and it's something that I enjoy that term a lot, and I see it a lot. So you see this traditional beautiful regalia here, and then you can see some people kind of making hybrid outfits, more modern kind of like pride-inspired things, using pieces. I do that in my drag too. A lot of Indigenous performers and people do that, and I think it's just such a cool example of how our cultures are continually evolving and shifting and growing, and that we're not a relic of the past, you know? It's not some part of Canadian history or something. We're here.
I feel
queer.
like
we're
this
queer.
is, I'm coming at it from a pretty naive spot. It feels like the two-spirited communities, it's almost like been reclaimed in a way, and maybe it's always been there and I never saw it. I could be guilty of that, but it feels like it's more out front, and that nations are at least telling that story more.
Yes, there's definitely been an incredible amount of, it's just, I don't even know how to put it. A much more receptiveness, I would say. There's more confidence in speaking out about these things. I think that there is some movement forward with truth and reconciliation in that way, and you see it in our small communities, because in our already marginalized communities, we are a little more open-minded. So I think within our friends and families, the conversation is happening more, and it's just a little bit slow to get out to the general public.
I'm not pretending that there aren't challenges within and outside of it. It just feels, even with the flag, the two-spirited flag, the dialogue we're having here right now on broadcast, it just seems to be more part of the discussion than it has been.
There is an air of reclamation and an urgency to it, more so than I felt in past years, I feel. And I think that speaks to just the fact that Indigenous ways of knowing and being are probably what's going to save us from this AI future of something I can't say on television.
Our connection to the land and water is more important than ever before, I think.
Yeah. The drum is the heartbeat of the earth. Listen to that. Reminds us we're all one.
You talked about your performance that we were highlighting at the beginning of this broadcast with the Aboriginal Coalition to End Homelessness Society. You've been a part of that. Good thing you're here, Eddie, because you have so many connections to so many
I know all the
the
tea.
moments
I know all
that
the
we've
dirt
been
on
having
Victoria.
here. But they're marching in the parade for the third year. Local Indigenous-led nonprofit creating pathways to safe, supported housing in our community.
Yeah, they do incredible work here. Some of the artists in our show have benefited from their services in the past. So it's, again, a beautiful reciprocal kind of relationship.
That was the Victoria Native Friendship Center van going by there. We also wanted to mention Kwamkwen Coastal Connections. It's a grassroots Indigenous-led outreach program that developed in partnership with Peers Victoria Resources Society. So they offer harm reduction and healthcare services to Indigenous peoples who are unhoused, precariously housed, or who may have substance use issues.
Part of their mission is to celebrate diversity and welcome relatives and allies from diverse backgrounds, sexualities, genders, abilities, beliefs, and identities. Much needed. Thanks, folks. Is this, oh, it's the Trans Victoria Forum. Love these guys. They are a really cool group of people. It's a CRD local community for transgender, non-binary, and gender diverse individuals, numbering nearly 1,000 people in their 18+ Discord server. I talked to a member about this last year, and it's just a really cool thing. She was telling me how it's a group for people for trans people to get together and do kind of normal things. And I'm like, heck yeah, we don't always have to be fighting a fight. Let's just go watch a movie.
No, you can't always be fighting a fight. It's too much.
Yeah.
They focus on hosting in-person events to bring trans folk together for peer support, community building, celebration, and activism.
Yeah. Activism's in there, but it doesn't have to be the only thing. Queer joy is resistance.
And here's the Aboriginal Coalition to End Homelessness. This is their third year taking part in the Victoria Pride Parade. They're a local Indigenous-led nonprofit creating pathways to safe, supported housing in our community.
Incredible folks there. Back at our fundraiser show in February, there were actually quite a lot of staff members in the audience. So tipping us, giving us money. We're like, wait, we're trying to give you money, and they're giving us money. We're like, you guys are so genuine. What the heck? Really walking the talk, you know?
They really believe when we strengthen connection and belonging and community, everyone benefits. And that is so true.
I like how you talk about some of the messaging that comes out of Pride. I feel is universal. Like, it's not specific to certain communities. Some of it is, for sure it is, and certainly some of the activism. But in general, like when you were talking about activism can be exhausting work and people can be really hard on themselves. But in general, we should be softer on ourselves and softer on others. And I think that's a message that carries across Pride.
Absolutely.
It does. It transcends everything. Just like community and connection transcends all walks of life.
And most people have a struggle. Most people have a struggle. It doesn't always present that way. And it's being able to take that moment and take a step back and realizing that everyone has a fight and everyone has their challenges, and we can still be respectful and be in this together.
Even if you don't think someone might have challenges.
Correct.
We all do.
Absolutely.
And people put on a good front. Sometimes you always think the grass is greener on the other side or their life looks perfect, but nobody's life is perfect.
I like how the Miata is winking with one of its lights. I like to use the little exercise when someone cuts you off, in traffic or something like that, and I like to take that moment to think, they're having a bad day, they had to get somewhere in a hurry, or maybe something awful happened in their life, and it wasn't personalized.
You don't know.
It wasn't against me personally, and I do think there are knee-jerk reactions to taking things personally.
Yeah, for all you know, they're rushing to the hospital because a loved one is sick.
Right, so take that moment.
So this is the chair in transgender studies at the University of Victoria. It's the world's first and only research chair dedicated to developing and disseminating accurate knowledge about trans plus people.
The chair in transgender studies is involved in developing and promoting educational programs, workshops, and conferences that address transgender issues.
The Trans Chair also supports and builds healthy communities by facilitating events and activities for Trans Plus people and their allies as well.
Love to see that. I truly believe knowledge is power, and greater understanding is how we're going to figure all this out. Yay, higher education.
This looks like PFLAG
It sure
Victoria
does.
coming up.
PFLAG Victoria offering peer-to-peer support for 2S LGBTQIA plus individuals and their families and friends who are challenged by sexual orientation, gender identity, and or gender expression. PFLAG supports, educates, and provides resources by hosting support meetings and providing email and phone support as well. So there's a lot of resources out there. And whether it's you're struggling, a family member struggling, or a friend, or just looking for connection, there are a lot of resources in our community to help bring us together.
And one of those resources is Community. It's BC's Queer, Trans, and Two-Spirit Resource Center, which improves the lives of 2S LGBTQ plus communities through their programs for youth or older adults as well. So they actually have free and low-cost counseling, which is so important, peer support groups, information and referrals, as well as legal and trans ID clinics and community education services.
Listen to all those cheers. Oh my goodness.
Definitely lots of support and excitement. Oh, this is a fun one coming up. We have Dino Lab. So Dino Lab wanted us to say strut and stomp like a Rex and leave discrimination in the past.
Dino Lab Incorporated, a hands-on natural history museum and fossil restoration lab in Victoria. They dig dinosaurs, restore them, and display them in their hands-on fossil gallery.
They also have a STEM-based gift shop, which is so great to encourage interest in STEM, and they feature local fossils, minerals, and local artists. And really, can you have a parade without someone in a massive dinosaur costume? I don't think so.
Great float.
Hands down, one of my favorites. Yeah, science people, hilarious, awesome. These guys celebrate science, history, and community at Pride. I love it.
That is an awesome float. They went all out.
I love their message. Leave discrimination in the past. Yes, girl. Oh, this looks like the sisterhood. Oh, we got this Queen City Sisterhood, Order of the Moist Brawley. Love these people. They do charity work all year round, fundraising for Pride. Mary Poppins there with them. That's Mina Mercury. Oh my gosh, she is Helijet's official drag ambassador.
Oh, really?
Oh,
yeah.
amazing.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So the Sisterhood is an international order of queer nuns dedicated to universal joy and spreading awareness as well. So their ministry is one of public manifestations of habitual perpetration.
Yeah, they're an interesting group of individuals. They are a worldwide organization. So this local chapter, though, yeah, very. They got some good names. I just saw Sister Kitty Purry in there. Isn't that great? I saw the Comité Franco-Queer de l'Ouest walk by, but
yes,
I'm not
thanks,
sure.
Eddie.
We might have missed them. Very, very cool. They're they're Canada's first French language resource for 2S LGBTQIA plus francophones. Their Pride Parade slogan is Ma langue, ma fierté. It's a call for more inclusive francophone spaces across communities.
Thanks for catching that. Things are fast and furious
Yeah.
here, so we
Just
do our
wanted a
best.
chance to show
But
off my
thanks for-
French
Thanks for
accent.
coming back on that one.
Oh, yeah. I love those guys.
I think these are the prime timers, Victoria, walking through.
And we have Victoria Pups, the Victoria Pride Society, thrilled to welcome the group again. Victoria Pups, a local community centered around exploring identity, connection, and personal expression through the diverse personalities of their favorite animals.
So cute.
And my first Pride, it's their 4th year. The group is meant to welcome and celebrate anyone new to Pride, which I didn't
that's
realize
so
that they
cute.
would have that element, which is terrific, because it could be intimidating for some people.
It is.
You know, there's a lot of people out there. You're putting your face out there, and it can be kind of a scary experience. So for more information, please check out VPS's Instagram and website. And welcome to Pride.
Welcome to Pride. I cannot say how great they are enough. My fiance benefited from them for coming to her first Pride. She came out later in life, and it can be very overwhelming. So don't be shy. If you're watching from home, get hooked up with them and come on out next year. It's fun. We're nice, I promise. Oh, I see the LCDC Left Coast Drag Collective. It's my family. Okay, check this float out. You got to get some shots of these people. These are Victoria's most iconic drag artists. Look at all of them on there. How many people do they have on
How
that
much
truck?
have you seen that community grow in your time as an artist?
Oh my gosh, I'd be aging myself. But when I started back in 2005, I was one of 2 drag kings.
Eddie, I just want to quickly mention
now
David
look at him.
Hardwick,
Oh.
86-year-old gay man,
Yes.
former Miss Gay Vancouver Island winner, and has been part of Pride since the original picnic in the park. This year he created a male wedding outfit recognizing his marriage in 1964. Before homosexuality was legal in our country, he's being driven in a vintage car by his friend Robin Priest. Sorry to interrupt you, Eddie.
A true part of our history. No, please. I respect my elders. Yes, and it's a reminder that we need to definitely look back before we can move forward.
Yeah, and David's a part of the Pride Parade every year, so he's a
So
really
cool.
important part of the parade.
But please talk about the growth in the drag community and what you've seen over time.
Well, as I can say, as I'm sure he could say as well, it has exponentially exploded. Oh, there's Percy Flash, drag king extraordinaire. They do great drag story time. Oh my gosh, love them. New Metal Cowboy, as you can see, many different types and styles of drag now. I think when I started, it was just a lot more underground, quite literally. I mean, we performed in a basement with a sticky floor, and now we're just, look at us, out and about in the light of day.
It seems like it's so mainstream in pop culture now as a thriving art form and skill and craft. Was there a turning point? Like, do you remember when the penny dropped and you're like, whoa, something has shifted?
I mean, I think it went mainstream because of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Do you really think that was the cornerstone, eh?
I think it was. I started before that show.
Of course.
And I noticed quite a huge switch of people talking about drag. But I think, bringing it onto primetime TV was a big one. It's always been around, though. You saw movies way back in the day,
of course.
Mrs. Doubtfire, all this stuff. And hey, Two-Spirit people have been here since time immemorial. But yes, it's certainly gotten more commercial and sort of more entertainment. Oh, I just love that LCDC float. Look at these guys. There's Aria. Okay. Can I get an okay?
So we have Fruits Collective coming up behind Left Coast Drag Collective.
It's a group of queer, trans, and allied softball players whose aim is to build community, have fun, and resist transphobia in organized sport.
They have 2 teams and 2 leagues, so everyone can play regardless of gender. And their games are every Friday at Hyacinth Park and Central Park.
I like their logo.
Yeah, they prioritize community building and fun over strict competition.
Oh, thank goodness,
Yes.
because I am not a sports gay, but sometimes I do get the zoomies.
So players of all levels
That's a great
are
way of
welcome.
putting
Even me? Okay.
Great way of putting it.
I'll just go put a glove on, run around in circles. I'm valid. All sports are valid.
Lots of colorful balloons in the parade, as always. It's just so great to see all the color, all the fun, all the glitter, and music. Lots of music will be playing as different
I
groups
could
go
be
by.
wrong, but do I see Eves of Destruction, Roller Derby in
Yes.
the background
Oh, you
there?
do.
Eves
Speaking
of
of
Destruction
sports.
celebrating their 20th anniversary this year. Congratulations. Their league celebrates diversity, athleticism, and pride year-round. Their volunteer and skater-run league focuses on community and inclusion.
From their Rotten Apples junior youth team to their globally ranked charter travel team to their officials, there's a space for everyone with the Eves. Find them on socials, y'all. EOD Roller Derby on Instagram.
And they are hardcore. That's not your go out and have the zoomies kind of group.
No,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
a different. That's
Yeah.
a different level.
You need elbow pads,
You
knee
gotta be
pads,
in the game.
helmets. You have to. Yeah, you're in it to win it.
They're nice people, but
they're
yeah,
nice people.
Yeah, they play to win.
You will get bruises.
Look at that those skating skills, showing them off backwards, forwards. I cannot even stay upright on roller skates. I don't know why. flat on my back.
It's also had a bit of a resurgence, the roller skating in general, so it's great to see that.
And it's super fun.
Yeah, I'm glad the 80s is coming back around.
Right?
Finally.
Yeah,
I figured
for
if I
those
just
of us
kept
who had,
dressing
like,
this
were
way.
in roller rinks as kids,
Yeah.
it's fun to get back on four wheels.
Oh, I think we have football here as well. The South Island Flag Football League is an inclusive and welcoming community in Victoria where fun, competition, and connection come together. Whether you're a seasoned player or new to the game, Eddie, this could be for you. The league provides a supportive and exciting environment for everyone to play and grow.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
It's recreational,
I like
non-contact, so that makes it great for players of all skill levels from ages 16 to 50 plus.
No experience, Eddie, no problem, they say.
And they
So
have-
you just have the zoomies.
Yeah, they have flags too. I like that as well. All right.
This is Pandora's Box Cabaret. It's an arts collective specializing in creating immersive theater in inventive spaces.
Some very sparkly people there. They frequently run classes and workshops in burlesque, emceeing, and general performance.
They're actually putting on a show coming up this Thursday, July 16th at the Intrepid Theater. It's called Pandora's Box Presents Bad Influence, and there's 2 showtimes. Oh, we're jumping over people.
Daring feats.
We have the Eves of Destruction showing off their skating skills. All right,
Maybe they're just taking a
getting
break.
ready to jump.
Nah, they're just tired.
They're waiting
here
for
we
the
go.
crowd cheers. Woo!
And it's clear. Nice. Very nice. I will
Not
not
easy
be
to
doing that.
do.
No, I will not be
No.
signing up for that. I appreciate you folks. I respect you. I will watch from the sidelines.
Definitely
Whoa.
entertaining the crowds with some jumps and some tricks.
They got dogs, Tess. They've
Of
got
course.
dogs.
Are the dogs on roller skates, though?
I don't think so. That would be something.
That would be amazing.
I've seen the odd bulldog on a skateboard, but I don't know about roller skates. Maybe that's animal
That would
cruelty.
be a news story.
Yes. And we will be there for it when it happens. This is.
Oh, this is Beacon Community Services, doing lots of great work in our community. Lots of these groups that we're featuring, actually, the nonprofits and different community groups, I've done vital people stories on for CHEK News, and it's amazing to see how many incredible nonprofits we have making a difference. So Beacon has been lighting the way for more than 50 years in our community, and they provide a safe and welcoming and inclusive environment, lots of different programs and services for people in need, lots of different supports. And they have thrift stores, so you can support them through their thrift stores.
Palestine Pride. Palestine Pride is welcomed today by the Victoria Pride Society for the 2nd year in a row. The group says they're marching under the Palestine Pride banner, bringing together local queer, straight, and allied community members. They say they are highlighting the global pride movement's history of solidarity with oppressed communities and peoples.
So we have School District 64 coming up. We have several school districts taking part this year. So we have School District 61, Greater Victoria. We have the Souk School District, the Saanich School District, as well as School District 64, encompassing some of the islands.
Did we talk about the Wasanich School Board yet? We've also got them in there. The Wasanich School Board is governed by the elected chiefs and councils of the Sartsub, Sayut, Paquachin, and Saycum First Nations. The Wasanich School Board provides educational services in Sinchockan language.
Oh, this is Party Fit. a vibrant dance fitness community that celebrates joy, inclusivity, and freedom of movement. That's a fun way to do a parade. Just dance your way through the parade. They're spreading the message of love and equality through their music and empowering dynamic dance moves and fitness moves. It's a great way to keep fit, especially as you age. Party Fit blends music, dance, and functional fitness.
I love it. I have to trick myself into exercising, which is why I do such athletic performances. So these guys are great for that.
I start my day every day with a little dance party as I'm getting ready, and it just sets you up for the day.
You just gotta.
And we want to mention the school districts again that we had Tess mentioned, 61 to 64, working together to create fun, safe, and inclusive spaces for all their schools, and thrilled to be here again this year to celebrate Pride. The local public school districts of Sault, Victoria, Saanich, and the Gulf Islands are proudly marching together.
And there's Sault right there, School District 62. It's great to see the school districts take part every year to let students know it's a safe and inclusive environment for everyone. Here is the Saanich School District, School District 63, and then there's the Victoria School District.
Yeah. It's really nice to see educational places showing up like this. I had a real tough time, you know, in school when I was a kid in grade school, and I just love that educators are really doing the work to make sure that the kids they're teaching, the next generation, is really getting a full look into society and is feeling really, you know, just not afraid or inquisitive about stuff later in life, you know,
and
if
the
you're
visibility,
sheltered.
Visibility. So even if people are in a position, especially young people who can't talk about it, scared to talk about it, even seeing
or might not have support at home.
We're not having support.
They could talk
but if you
about
see
it.
a flag, if you see the rainbow, the unicorn, something, a pin, that people know they're in a safe place.
This is Victoria Grandmothers for Africa. I've done many stories on
Yes,
them.
you
This
have.
is an amazing group of women, more than 150 members in Victoria Grandmothers for Africa. So they've actually raised more than $2.5 million over the years for the Stephen Lewis Foundation. So it's their Grandmothers to Grandmothers campaign. They help their counterparts in Africa who in a lot of times are raising their grandchildren because their parents have died as a result of the AIDS, HIV epidemic, which is still a massive problem. And then with all of the USAID cuts, so many programs have been shuttered in Africa that we're starting to see an increase in people dying, a lack of support. So it's more important than ever. They're having their annual fundraising campaign, their cycling fundraiser coming up in August. So big shout out to the Victoria Grandmothers for Africa.
I'm going to quickly cut in here to mention our sponsors again: Helijet, Third Space Movement, Victoria Pride Society, Totem Towing, Sunbelt Rentals, and the Fairmont Empress, who are bringing us in some lovely treats. I'm passing them down. We'll see in a moment.
We're passing the treats
we'll
down.
see in a moment.
Look at these.
We got
Oh my
Breeze.
goodness.
Thank you very much.
How am I supposed to host a parade while I'm eating this?
I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a way.
There's a
Makeup
will, there's a
approved.
way. And look at these cocktails. What are these cocktails?
Are they cocktails and mocktails? What do we got?
Blushing Empress. So what's in the blushing? Ooh.
If you want to pass that one to
I
Eddie,
was just
these
gonna
are the
drink both of
cocktails.
them.
You want to double fist
What's in the
test? Do it.
mocktail?
Same ingredients, but it's just at a non-alcoholic.
Copy
and
that.
these little gold
Thank
flecks
you very
on
much.
top.
Thank you to the
How
Empress.
fancy. Cheers.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Empress.
Cheers. Love is love.
Oh, yum.
Thank you very much. But I didn't ask what this is.
Yes. Well,
Did
there's
we
some
find out which one
berries
was the
on it.
mocktail or which?
Oh, this was chocolate. I thought this was a spirit to eat it with, but this is chocolate.
Oh, there's cutlery coming, I think.
It's the Empress. We're gonna have a shish kebab.
This looks delicious.
Don't mind us.
Don't mind us while we have a lovely
Look.
dessert and drink. Just continue watching the parade.
Yeah, exactly. Taking
Nothing
the
to
view.
see here. That is so
Oh, thank
good. If we didn't have to anchor a newscast
Oh, it's a cookie.
today.
It's a cookie.
Oh, yum. Oh, is it macaroonish? Oh, this is Rome, such an amazing group in our community. So they help if your dog is lost, if your cat's lost, they help reunite owners with missing animals. It's all volunteer run. They've just done such amazing work. and continue to do amazing work. Sadly, pets go missing every single day, and Rome is just so great about doing everything they can to make sure those pets come home to their owners. So thank you to all the volunteers who make that possible with Rome.
They are fantastic. A lot of their work in reuniting pets and owners is done by, I've seen it spread on social media, a lot of word of mouth. So follow them. You might help somebody reunite with a lost pet today.
We also have Paws on Cook, which is a locally owned pet store in the Cook Street Village, taking part in the parade. I wonder if they're giving out dog treats to all the little doggos.
Oh, probably.
Walking.
They're so generous. They are the official sponsor of the Big Gay Dog Walk, which another one of our incredible yearly Pride celebrations. Yay, Paws on Cook. Animal lovers are always good people. I'm not surprised to see them here.
And you used to be a vet tech, so
Yes.
you're a huge animal lover.
I am.
Grandpa's treat.
Cute.
Our next group coming through is Powered to Be, which tries to make nature accessible for people who have barriers, whether that's physical, whether that's financial. So they're out at Prospect Lake, making sure everyone gets a chance to be out in nature, canoeing and doing activities on their amazing property, the former Prospect Lake Golf Course.
And we have a CHEK News alumni part of Power to Be, Dana Hutchings,
Yes.
who's out there today. Shout out to her.
Yes, nature is so important. We're surrounded by it here everywhere, but a lot of people aren't actually able to get out in it. So it's great to see more people being able to do that.
Absolutely. Nature is healing. Let's
It truly
all
is.
take part. Let's all get out there.
So good for your nervous system. Hug those trees. So much cheering as different groups go by. It's great to see all of the community's support.
Apologies, I've been eating a cookie.
Scott's been busy eating.
We suddenly got a lot quieter after they delivered the food and drinks here. We're listening, we're enjoying, we're immersed.
Oh, look at that amazing shot. Oh. And here's our street level shots as well. We also have our eye in the sky from Sunbelt Rentals and Totem Towing. Some bubbles, lots of bubbles blowing in the wind. It's a bit breezy down here in the Victoria Inner Harbor.
It's kicked up over the last little bit.
Just making those flags fly harder. Hope y'all have your wigs pinned down though.
So this is Rainbow Wisdom. Oh, We Are Family playing. That's a classic. Little dance party going down the street.
It's amazing to see how each organization, how much support and people are in their own entries, which just speaks volumes to the groups, the societies, and the organizations and the support and safe places they provide.
Yeah, and just the age range and people taking part as well. There's Hotel Z, of course, the iconic VW van.
The incredible
Hotel Z.
They have
always
the best.
upping the fun factor, right?
They call themselves Rebels for Inclusion, champions of queer joy, and proud to create spaces where everyone feels safe, seen, and celebrated. Today they march with their friends and family and Fam Jam, because Pride isn't just a day, it's who they are.
Accent Inns and Hotel Z, where there's a duck in every room.
So true. They are all about the. Oh,
Which
there's
is true.
Woofy.
I wasn't sure if I believe them,
Yes,
but
no,
I've seen
it's true.
it.
And
Seen
I
it done.
stayed at their
Vivian.
Tofino property, and it's just beautiful.
I was just at Tofino Pride with Miss Vivian Vanderpuss right there and Woofy, and we did a whole weekend of shows. They do certainly celebrate Pride year round, but wow, did they ever do it up
I
great.
saw on your social medias, your time up there at Tofino. Was it a terrific week?
It was fantastic. It's doing Pride in Paradise. Like, what more could you ask for?
So if you need someone to come with you next time, I can come and be your manager.
Welcome also Fish Hair Salon and Taco Box Beauty. They're Victoria's creative force in all things hair and beauty. From their iconic salon to their curated online boutique, the team celebrates individuality and style while making you look fabulous.
Ooh, we've got some rollerblades and some jumping jacks with...
That's Annex Fitness. They think inclusivity is cool and want everyone to feel at home while moving their body in a way that feels good for them. You can find them at 645 Yates, and they want to say thank you for having them in this year's Pride. Thank you, Victoria Pride Society.
And inclusivity is cool. Why wouldn't you want to include people? Why would you want to exclude people?
We're so over that she can't sit with us era.
You feel better about yourself when you're kind to people. I just have to say, you don't feel better about yourself being mean to people.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go with a dance routine from Annex Fitness.
And we got the Castaway Wanderers Rugby.
Yeah, they welcome adults, teens, and children of all athletic abilities. So here's another possibility for Eddie if you want to do rugby.
Oh my goodness.
You can come out and try one of Canada's fastest growing sports. For decades, Castaways has actually played a leading role in the growth of rugby on Vancouver Island and across BC. So they're producing provincial, national, and international players while maintaining a strong focus on community and player development as well. So if you're thinking of giving rugby a try, they're welcoming people to come try it out.
I like the idea of the huddle. I like the idea of community.
And if you're looking for your Zoomies, we also have Spinco coming up here. Proudly women-owned fitness community rolling into the Pride Parade since 2014. They've been all about high-energy indoor cycling and creating an inclusive space for everyone.
And they're animal lovers. They had a little doggo walking with them. Oh, this is Quench Co-working and Culture Club in Victoria.
From brainstorming to boardrooms and whatever happens in between, Quench Co-working plus Culture Club provides an inclusive and uplifting space infused with creativity, community, and kindness.
Done the odd show there. It's a very cool space. They do a lot of, the aesthetic is very color drenched.
Yes.
You kind of walk in there and you're like, whoa, I'm in a tropical bar, or am I in a meeting, a boardroom
How many
meeting?
performances do you do in a month?
Oh gosh, I can't.
Like 5?
It really varies between none and 40,000, I would say. There's some range somewhere in there. There's a balance.
40,000, really? You couldn't do 50,000 in a month? Come on.
Maybe next year.
Aim higher. This is a cute little entry with a happy face, encouraging everybody to smile. Lots of balloons as
And
well.
more dogs.
More doggies. I told you it is. I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna call it. Most dogs in a parade on Vancouver Island.
I know. I just found out that both Scott and I both hosted dog fashion shows this month, so I think it's a thing. Are we looking at the Downbeat Event Center? I'm getting a sense
like
this is a nightclub of sorts. Where's your sign, guys? Help us help you. We're trying to shout you out here.
Well, they create a safe, inclusive space where people can connect, express themselves, and celebrate freely on the dance floor. They're hosting Mighty Real Pride 2026 tonight at 9 o'clock. Proceeds go to the Foundry Victoria and the UVic Pride Award in honor of David Tilson.
That's right. I want to see everybody there tonight at our after party. I will be there with Henrietta Dubé, Honey Doomy, and Vivian Vanderpuss, and we are going to be throwing on the best Pride after party. It's so cool to be doing in the Downbeat space as well, because for those of you who don't know, it actually used to be Hush nightclub from 2000 to 2014. Iconic queer space.
This is Royal Roads University coming on through.
They are proud as a network of students, faculty, and staff who work to create communities that are safe and inclusive to all members of the 2S LGBTQA plus communities. And they host educational and social events and lead the RRU Positive Space Network.
I just performed at their Pride Social on Thursday, and honestly, the community is literally as beautiful as the campus.
Again,
That
how many
campus is
performances do you do?
40,000 a month.
40,001.
That's
Are you
40
hosting tonight or performing tonight?
hosting this afternoon, performing tonight.
Right, of
Yeah.
course
Is that
you are.
all?
That's
a
it.
parade, performing, and hosting.
Yeah, it's just a regular Sunday, you know.
It makes us look like slackers.
Oh,
We're just doing
exactly.
a parade and a newscast.
I'm eating a cookie.
Good job eating that cookie. We have the Pride Collective from Camosun College. It's great to see so many college and university groups taking part as well. There's lots of different subset groups from universities showing their support as well. Lots of honking.
Yes.
It's a noisy parade.
Camosun proudly celebrates the strength and diversity of the 2S LGBTQI plus community and will continue to commit to building safe and supported spaces for students. That much is clear.
And this group is
Ooh.
from the Early Learning and Care as well, one of the groups I was talking about. We have lots of different university and college groups taking part to show their support. And it's really great when they have a banner. It helps us out so much to have the banner to know who's coming next. This is Wild Play. So
Wild
much
Play
fun.
adventure for everyone. They have BC locations in Victoria, Nanaimo, and Maple Ridge, committed to creating spaces where every human is respected, celebrated, and free to show up exactly as they are. Another great place for Eddie to get out.
Oh, I go
There's
there.
Zoomies.
I do
We
go
say
there.
they're proudly learning and growing and taking action today and every day.
Play more, fear less. Congratulations on 20 years, Wild Play. I
My
love
kids love Wild Play. All the zip lines, so much fun.
Hi,
and
it's
you're
me, I'm
in the
kids.
treetops.
Yeah, it's great. No, honestly. The bungee jump is fantastic, too. I highly recommend it.
Oh, geez.
It's very freeing.
This looks like Big Brothers, Big Sisters coming through, doing great work in the community. Another one of the stories groups we featured on Vital People. So demand is being higher than ever for people that have a big brother or big sister. And of course, it's all volunteers who do that mentoring. It plays such a pivotal role for young people. But they're seeing a desperate need for fundraising right now because they don't have enough funds to be able to continue the programs they're doing or to increase capacity.
To celebrate Zumba's 25th anniversary, the Victoria Zumba Community has joined this year's Pride Parade. This is a group of instructors, students that are here representing peace, love, and Zumba.
This is a group of classes are for everybody and judgment-free, obviously. So ask them for more information and a free class if you see them around today.
Another great way to stay in shape.
Seriously, trick yourself into exercising. It works. I used to skip everywhere I went.
I'm just going to have a cookie.
Scott's too busy eating the
You can
cookies to
afford
skip
it.
right now.
You can afford it. You guys got a long day ahead of you too. Lots of news
Our
to be
Place
said.
Society, many people know it. It's where they welcome everyone with unconditional love. They meet people where they are with compassion, patience, and practical support. It may start with something small, which is a good lesson for everybody. A hot meal, a warm greeting, a moment of calm, but that simple act can spark a new beginning.
And they actually provide more than 1,400 meals a day. So just amazing across housing, healthcare, recovery communities. And their New Roads recovery community in View Royal is just doing such amazing work, giving people really a second chance. This is Victoria Women's Transition House, a cause very close to my heart. They've also been making an incredible difference in our community for a very long time now. They also have a 24-hour crisis line, so if anyone needs support, there are resources available to you. And they now have second stage housing where people can stay for longer. So it's not just the emergency shelter housing. There's a place you can go. It's like being in a condo or an apartment where mothers and children can go and have time to get back on their feet, time to get a new place to live and have a safe space where they can be.
And we did see Victoria Kool-Aid Society. It's been on the front lines, making sure everyone has a safe place to call home for almost 60 years. So I want to mention that as well.
They do it all from housing to healthcare, HIV treatment to PrEP services. They show up for our community every single day. And honestly, some of the coolest people I know work there, genuinely. I think it might actually be a requirement because it's in the name, right?
Next up, we have Broadmead Care Society. So it's a nonprofit providing long-term care for veterans, seniors, and adults with disabilities. They recently actually just acquired a new care home. They have compassionate staff, and it's person-centered care. So thank you to Broadmead, especially for the important work they do with our veterans. It's so important to take care of our elders and our veterans.
I saw
The
that
Victoria Cannabis Buyers Club has been proudly providing cannabis products to people dealing with serious medical problems in Victoria since 1996.
the giant dandelion costume is interesting. The VCBC's mission is to provide safe access to medicinal cannabis for its membership at a compassionate price.
Oh, I see a City of Victoria fire truck coming up. Of course, that will have Victoria's mayor on board.
And we were just talking about, not that long ago, earlier in the broadcast, about in the early 90s when Pride was getting underway in Victoria, the mayor not supporting it, and now we have the whole city behind it, and beyond that. But to see a mayor now as a regular staple in Pride Parade.
It's great. She actually was at our show at the Wellesley that we did, and the Wellesley is somewhere in this parade, somewhere in this crowd. It's a senior independent living home, so it was really cool to see Mayor Alto there.
But my big question, where are the firefighters?
That is valid. Oh, I'm sure you're not the only one wondering.
There is, there is our fire truck. That would be a fun vantage point to go through the parade in, kind of like the Sunbelt Rentals. Marcus, our cameraman, is up in. It looks pretty similar.
Absolutely.
Getting that eye in the sky view.
You can pick some cherries while you're at it.
Threshold Housing Society is coming up next. They believe in safe homes and brighter futures for young people in our community. So there are, sadly, lots of youth facing homelessness, and this is the largest youth housing provider in the Capital Regional District. So vital, vital support. I've toured some of their facilities, and the work they do truly is life-changing. Imagine being a teenager or even younger without support on the street, having nowhere to go, having an unsafe environment at home. And so Threshold offers them that safe environment. It gives them a sense of community and family, and it's just really amazing what they do. It's a place where all youth thrive.
And sadly, can be a huge issue for the 2S LGBTQ plus communities, for young people being out on the streets because home isn't safe.
As a mother, I just can't imagine turning your child away or not loving your child unconditionally. How could you not love them for that, right? That for who they are. It's just heartbreaking to see, but you're right, it happens, and it's still happening. And it's important we support those young people and have them know that they do matter and they are loved.
And a huge kudos to the people that volunteer and take the time to create these organizations and these safe places to be able to help young people in our communities to have a safe place.
I love the Threshold Housing Society mission statement, preventing adult homelessness by providing safe housing support services and community to at-risk youth. Prevention is the solution. Good work, guys.
Pacifica Housing, one of Vancouver Island's largest nonprofit housing providers, advancing independence through equitable housing and support services.
And they bought a little house with them as well. Their float includes a house.
I love it. probably goes for $5,000 in the Victoria Rental Market.
Oh,
Look at
this
that
is
thing.
Lure Restaurant and Bar, wishing everybody a happy Pride. There's that Pacifica House again on their float. So Lure, just delicious. I was actually recently there for their summer patio lunch, and the food was amazing. The cocktails were amazing.
They're located in the waterfront Delta Ocean Point Resort with those incredible views. They have a daily happy hour, and as Tess mentioned, that wonderful sunny outdoor patio.
They are here today showing off their pride because they are committed to providing a safe and inclusive work environment. Diversity and inclusivity are at the core of who Lure Restaurant and Bar is.
And it's a lovely walk along the Songhees from there as well. It's a great, great spot. Oh, look at these costumes. Unbelievable, I would say.
Yeah, the bee's knees. What's the buzz?
So sweet.
Hi, honey.
Fired Up Studio is a place where there's pottery and clay classes. So they've actually been in our community for 12 years and counting. And they're also an inclusive space.
For people and animals.
There you go.
Of all abilities and walks of life.
I
As
have
it
to say, I
should be.
really appreciate businesses that welcome animals, especially in summer. It's just the right thing to do to let animals come inside.
Yeah, come and get your art on at Fired Up.
I wonder if they're making pottery as they go by. That would be very impressive.
Ooh. I want a mug. Can I have that mug? That would fit my wine in it
The
later.
Zone 91.3, Victoria's #1 rock radio station, operating out of Victoria for 26 years. Proud partner to Victoria Pride Society. Their theme this year, if you haven't guessed it already, is Heated Rivalry.
Yeah.
They have their beloved DJ Geek Out playing the music this year with modern rock remixes and pride-friendly music.
So they have a hockey rink, as you can see, and a cottage with that Heated Rivalry theme. And hockey
course
rinks
they
and
do.
cottages.
Wow,
That's a very Ontario Canadiana theme to have.
And a cultural moment for that
Cottages
show
and hockey.
and the Canadian
Yes.
entertainment industry to see that show crack boundaries and barriers, not just socially, but also from an industry standpoint as well.
It's hugely popular. So I guess that is one of the wins in the past year, right? Where that's breaking
Huge
down
win.
barriers in a community where that wasn't something that was really talked about much. This is the Children's Health Foundation of Vancouver Island. They've supported kids with complex health needs for nearly a century. So amazing. They're best known in Victoria for their home away from home, Janice Place. Shout out to Janice Edroff, Frankie Edroff. The foundation supports families on their healthcare journeys, from providing a safe place to stay to helping cover costs and travel commitment. Because really, I can't imagine a sick child is, as a parent, that's your worst nightmare. And to have a safe space and a free space to be able to stay is amazing, because the financial burden on families with sick children is just truly astronomical, in addition to the emotional burden they're facing. Here's Island Health. Oh, look at the puppy! Oh my goodness!
Aw.
So cute. That's with BC Emergency Health Services. He looks like he's like, what is going on?
Paramedics, call takers, dispatchers provide emergency medical care to communities across our province. And today they're proud to stand in solidarity with 2S LGBTQ plus communities and celebrate Pride.
And before them, we did have Island Health going through. They look like they're really enjoying the parade. Always great when there's music going through as well.
Broadview United, proud to march alongside other United churches in Victoria Pride Parade. They are committed to love, inclusion, and justice.
It's great to see lots of different religious organizations taking part, because historically that has not always been the case, but it's certainly changed on that front, which is lovely to see.
It's great. I think it really speaks to the fact that the 2S LGBTQI plus community exists at all intersections of identities, and we're everywhere, and we have lots of different interests, lots of different beliefs. We don't all agree on the same things, but we can all get along.
We also have the Unitarian Universalist community of Victoria holding space for diversity. They see the dignity in each and every person and hold love at the center. And Esquimalt United Church going through as well. And I think holding love at the center just makes everything better. And here's one of the big pride flags coming through as well. There's often lots of really big flags being carried through the parade.
Esquimalt United Church has a very welcoming opening. They have rainbow steps going up to their door. Very pretty.
Look at how long is that flag?
I know that may be the longest one in today's parade.
It's just going and going and going. Ah. Wow. Oh, okay, I found the end.
It's actually a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
We have Oak Bay coming through, the municipality of Oak Bay, one of the 13 municipalities on the South Island, at least in terms of Greater Victoria and Souk.
One of Oak Bay Council's priorities is diversity and inclusion, ensuring a sense of community belonging and safety for people of all identities, ages, and backgrounds.
And there you can see our drone shot from the sky, our seagull cam view.
Yeah!
Here's a closer down to earth level as well, with the fire truck rolling on through. And I love the rainbow umbrellas.
I was just going to say that. They're very cool. I'm surprised we don't see more of them, actually.
They're great for sun when it's sunny. I think I actually use an umbrella more in summer for sunshine than I do in winter.
It gives a beautiful, colorful filter. Yeah.
That's Oak Bay Fire.
We just wanted to give a shout out to our friends at Helijet, of course, one of our sponsors for the parade this year. And I have to say, if you've never done it, taking a Helijet flight from Victoria to Vancouver is it's like having a scenic tour.
It's magical.
It's magical. I was sent over for a story a few years ago, and downtown to downtown, that was the quickest way to go. And I was just like, this is amazing.
It's a Canadian-owned company, recognized as North America's largest helicopter airline. They have connected the island and lower mainland since 1986, served more than 3 million travelers in that time. 35 minutes between Victoria and Vancouver, 18 minutes between Nanaimo and Vancouver, and a team of over 160 employees and a fleet of 20 aircraft.
That sign that we saw just now was so amazing. You have the right to remain fabulous. So everybody has the right to remain fabulous. We have Stevenson, Lucchese, and Lay. It's a Victoria-based law firm practicing in many areas of law. They're marching with their families. And we also have Breakwater Law as well taking part in this year's Victoria Pride Parade. It's a queer-owned, full-service law firm providing legal advice and legal services to all families and businesses.
Rush, an underground house and techno club for dancers, the queer community, and allies. Rush loves house and techno as both sound and culture, offering a home for dancers and the queer community.
Rush stands for Rhythm You Should Hear. And it's true. You gotta go.
Have you performed there?
Not yet.
Okay, that's one on the bucket list.
I know.
Let's listen in. They've got some fun music.
You're sending me a message. I can stand on your side, on your side.
a multidisciplinary contemporary circus community.
Here's Island Circus Space.
A multidisciplinary contemporary circus community located right in the heart of Rock Bay. Their state-of-the-art facility boasts a safe and supportive environment where you can explore your potential with confidence.
And it's really more than just a school. It's a community of passionate people united by their love of circus. I actually got to do Cirque du Soleil a few years ago. It was so fun.
So
I did
cool.
weather at one of their shows in Victoria, and they let me do the trapeze. And really, I have to say, you have to try circus at least once. It was very, very neat.
So cool. That looks like Moto saying we move with pride. Moto car share.
35,000 members, 1,000 cars. They're a sustainable choice to get around.
They're
and
one
a
of
proud
our-
sponsor of Victoria Pride Society.
They've served Victoria for 2 decades. More than that.
Oh, here's ICBC also taking part in the Pride Parade this year. Some more tutus and rainbow umbrellas coming through as well.
They would like to
They're
wish you
wishing
all-
everyone a safe and happy Pride.
Yeah.
Next up, we have the Victoria Labour Council.
It is the local organization of the Canadian Labour Congress at the city level. The CLC represents 3.2 million unionized workers across our country, founded more than 100 years ago, and is one of the oldest labor organizations in BC.
Work Safe BC also going through. Lots of shouts of happy Pride as people pass on through as well. This coming up next, it looks like it's Unifor 333 BC.
Oh, they
That's
represent
bus
our city's
drivers.
bus drivers.
I
They
also
can't
want to
miss an
mention,
Andy
we've been talking to some of our sponsors, of course, Helijet, Third Space, Victoria Pride, the Fairmont Empress, Totem Towing, Sunbelt Rentals. Third Space movement created out of the desire to disrupt the fitness industry and stereotypes. They have 2 studios offering a range of strength and movement classes, specialized workshops and recovery clinic and rental spaces. It's so, they do a lot of work and they want to be able to make sure they have safe spaces. What really sets them apart, they're the first and only gym in the city offering queer-specific strength classes on a regular basis, offering 4 to 5 queer classes a week at a drop-in rate, $10. Their queer class offers creating spaces where folks can move, learn, connect without needing to explain, shrink, or mask themselves. They offer these classes because fitness spaces have not always felt safe for people or accessible for queer communities, and they believe movement should feel empowering, playful, affirming, and community-centered for everyone.
Shout out to ferry workers who we also saw go by there just a little while ago, as well as HSA and the BCGEU. That's the BC General Employees Union with more than 97,000 members serving British Columbians every day. Lots of different unions taking part in Pride as well. People biking through Pride, rolling through Pride, walking through Pride, dancing through the Pride Parade as well.
Yeah, the BC General Employees Union really encompasses a lot of sections. They are proud to include thousands of members in healthcare, community social services, education, highways maintenance, casinos, credit unions, municipalities, regional districts, and so many other workplaces. Great to have them here at Pride.
Some Unifor members taking part as well. Unifor is the largest union in Canada, and they also include media workers as part of M1 or Media One.
And your city bus drivers, mechanics, and handy dart.
I know a weirdly high percentage of bus drivers that are like the most awesome people. Not surprised to see them here.
And they have a great float as well. Very well decorated.
They got to travel in style. That's their thing. It's their whole jam.
Another fire truck, lots of honking.
Yeah, it looks like the fire truck and the group in front, Central Saanich.
It's great to see so many different municipalities taking part as well. And this looks like it might be our CHEK float. So CHEK Media Group taking part every year. Of course, we're so honored and proud to be able to host the parade this year. And we have a little dance performance coming up with the CHEK float, which is not this one, but coming up soon.
That's Central Saanich there with the fire truck
There we go.
and the lanterns.
I love those lanterns.
Jellyfish, I think.
They look like jellyfish, yeah.
Very cool. Love
They're
that.
very neat. I love all the creativity as well that goes into the decorating and making it fun. Now we have our CHEK group coming up with CHEK staff as well as Victoria on stage. She's going to do a little dance for us when they get a little bit closer. So in our CHEK group, we have CHEK News at 6 anchor, Paul Haysom walking. Ian Haysom, his dad and our former news director, is also walking in the parade today as well. I think Paul brought his some of his nephews or nieces along too.
So terrific that CHEK's been able to have the privilege of broadcasting Pride, the parade, for as long as we have now. CHEK Media Group as a whole celebrating 70 years in broadcasting.
That is crazy.
Unbelievable.
We're the oldest private TV station in BC. At the front of that, I want to give a shout out to our news director, Joe Perkins, who is helping to carry the CHEK banner. And this now is Victoria on stage dancing with us. They have a little dance routine.
Jessica
that
McCool,
they
part of
have
that.
done. And CHEK actually sponsors more than 70 local events and charity groups and fundraisers every single year. There's Joe Perkins right now. Big wave. There's Paul Haysom behind, I can see, with his nephew walking as well. Chattis Leo, always in a colorful shirt. There's Chattis wishing everyone a happy Pride as well. And love wins. That's the way it should be. Love should win. We need more love and less hate. So the dance the Victoria on Stage group is going to do is Raise You Up and Just Be from the Broadway hit show Kinky Boots. So why don't we listen in to their little dance number? Oh, that was fun. We got to listen in to the pipes and drums. Castle Carey Pipes and Drums bringing little Scotland to the Victoria Pride Parade. This is Castle Carey's 4th time in the parade, honoring the spirit of pride, proudly strutting their kilts in solidarity and celebration. There's the bagpipes, of course. Now, the first time they took part, they wore Hawaiian shirts and their kilts. So they apologized. They said they're very sorry. They will never do that again.
They were trying to add color and tradition.
We live and we learn. Good job, folks.
Capital Regional District also joining us, back for its 3rd year in the Pride Parade with the theme, Never Let Anyone Dull Your Sparkle.
Looks like they understood the assignment.
They did. And there's a unicorn. Is that our first unicorn today?
It might be.
They also have a custom Pride logo designed by artists and a CRD staff member, inspired by local butterfly species.
Aw, this is a pretty impressive flow with the butterflies and all the different costumes. I love it when we can listen in to some of the music. It's so much fun. Here's the district of Saanich also coming through with a fire truck. So Saanich Council and staff taking part in the event today, along with different staff members. Saanich's slogan is Saanich, where everyone belongs. Oh, wow, look at that. That is amazing.
Some incredible creativity today. I really love to see what people come up with. I feel like I live in the drag world so much. I forget how creative just everyday people are.
That was spectacular. We also have the city of Langford taking part, proud to join the parade, along with the Superheroes of Victoria, another truly amazing organization in Victoria. Superheroes go visit kids in a hospital. They help sick kids have a brighter day. It's all volunteers. It's just another amazing group we have in this community.
City of Langford's participation in the parade today is all about joy, inclusion, and celebrating you, the heart of our community. Get into it.
I also wanted to give a shout out to the Saanich Firefighters Charitable Foundation, of course, doing so much important work. Firefighters already serve and help make our communities safer, but they also raise funds to help make our communities even better.
BC Transit. Are we doing Chamber first? Chamber first or no, Transit. We'll do Transit. Proud to share the BC Transit received the Public Sector Inclusive Culture Champion Award at the 12th Annual Untapped Workplace Inclusion Awards.
Look at their dance routine. This is great. They've choreographed something. They're moving with the music.
I'm chair dancing here. It's working, y'all. You do got to move to that music.
It just makes you happy.
Into it.
Oh, I love their little balloon garlands. That's a great idea.
What do we got? Pom-poms too?
Balloon pom-poms.
Hello.
Pom-poms.
I'm getting ideas for new acts here as we
so
speak.
Many great ideas. Here comes the Victoria Chamber of Commerce, of course, supporting all the amazing businesses in our community. Lots of businesses hit hard since COVID. And then, of course, with the trade dispute with the U.S., lots of challenges for many, many businesses in the capital region. The Chamber standing up and being their voice and helping to make a more business-friendly environment here in Victoria.
BC Transit.
They
We'd love to
understood
see
the
it.
assignment.
Yep. BC Transit is actually proud to share that BC Transit received the Public Sector Inclusive Culture Champion Award at the 12th Annual Untapped Workplace Inclusion Awards. Pretty big deal.
Another love is love sign, so important to say. And here's the Green Party coming through as well.
Right now they are led by Emily Lowen. For decades, the BC Greens have stood on the front lines for queer rights. They are thrilled to be back in Victoria to celebrate Pride and continue building an inclusive BC where every person truly belongs.
I think the parade gets louder as it goes on.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
At this point, from our view, it's just a sea of people in the streets. There is no differentiation between the parade and the spectators. I love it.
And more puppers as well, looking at some pooches coming through. Here are the BC NDP with their orange umbrellas, always a feature in the Victoria Pride Parade. Their little parasols, which are very neatly decorated and are such a neat sight to see at ground level, but also from our eye in the sky as well. We also have the Liberal Party taking part in the Pride Parade today as well. Liberal Party of Canada, in this case, Will Greaves, the MP for Victoria. They're walking today to represent 3 federal ridings, Esquimalt, Saanich, and Sooke, held by the Honourable Stephanie McLean, the riding of Victoria by Will Greaves, and the riding of Saanich and Gulf Islands. I see an octopus. We can see the Royal BC Museum from where we're sitting, and we can also see them coming through the parade as well. I grew up in Victoria. I loved going to the Royal BC Museum as a kid. My kids loved going there, and of course the IMAX, so neat as well. So here's the Royal BC Museum coming through. It includes staff members.
Have you ever been to their after party event or after hours event for Pride?
No.
They do a yearly
No.
Pride event. So I just performed at the after hours.
Really? You
event on
performed at
Friday.
something?
I know, it's a shock,
You
right?
never performed
It's a
at
shock.
anything.
Yes,
What?
I never get out.
Is
I
it
never go
after
back.
this parade or is it during the week?
It was on Friday.
Okay.
So it was like, okay,
What
this
time
year.
is it at?
Are you ever at home?
No, but especially this year, it's like Victoria Pride has become a festival. There were probably 8 events this weekend pre this. This is why my words aren't coming to me today. Like usual, I'm like, oh, where am I? But seriously, they do an incredible thing. It's like a night at the museum. You remember that movie?
Oh, cool.
They shut off a lot
so
of the museum.
cool.
They let us all come in.
What time does it start at?
Starts at 7:30 p.m. goes to about 10:30.
Okay.
Oh, neat.
And yeah, you just get to wander around the museum with a cocktail and a charcuterie board.
We had a
Oh,
Christmas party there.
so cool.
And same thing. We got to go to Old Town and
yeah,
go on the ship, and it was, very neat to
They're
see.
really putting in the work to make it a more inclusive environment there. It's super cool. Love it.
Schneider Electric is next, rolling on through the parade, giving us a wave.
A global leader in energy management and automation, committed to building a sustainable and inclusive future for all.
The energy is positively electrifying.
The Canadian Coast Guard is also taking part. This is their iconic float. That's
Great float.
Wilfrid Laurier, always neat to see in all of the parades. It's amazing the work Coast Guard members do to take part in community events like this. We've got some good music too. This year's parade float was actually hand-built by Jeff Coe. That replica of the Sir Wilfrid Laurier, which is a light icebreaker, and they've decorated it for Pride. Look at that Pride dress. That was a full rainbow dress.
Wow.
That was very neat to see.
Van City coming up there. Actually, the first Canadian financial institution to celebrate and cater to the 2S LGBTQ plus community years before same-sex marriage even became legal in our country.
The crowd also seems to get bigger as the parade goes on as well, moving through the Inner Harbor.
Oh,
Here's
yeah.
Van City with their flag out, marching on through, and look at those angel wings.
For over 80 years, Van City has been a financial force for change in this community. They are proud to do banking differently by always putting members and communities first.
Here comes the CBC, our friends and neighbors, CBC Victoria, part of the island community, telling and covering stories from across the region as well. And we also wanted to give a shout out to the Canadian Armed Forces, of course, the Esquimalt base and the band, who you may have seen go on by. They're playing their way through the parade. So a huge shout out to all of our military members and their families as well, because it's a huge sacrifice for the families too. This looks like our Victoria Pride Society Legacy Float, which always ends the parade. Huge crowd of people marching behind it as well.
We were talking about earlier, Eddie, how incredible it is to see what is somewhat organized but grassroots parade, but at the end you see everyone who came down, all the spectators who start to form behind the entire parade to make their way to James Bay.
It's incredible, and it's such a tradition that's carried on from certainly from when I first started coming to Pride, which again, aging myself, was probably the early 2000s. 2005 was my first official time participating in it, and I see a lot of people I recognize that are still involved in the planning, so it's really interesting to see it passed down generationally. In years past, I remember the very iconic Betsy Bottom Dollar used to sing on the back, and then she moved on to different artistic things, but it's still very much a community member, fantastic burlesque performer. Now they carry on the tradition of having burlesque performers involved by having Salty Broad Productions participate this year, and it's great to see those folks out.
It's
they
so
are a
important
wonderful
to talk about legacy and their stories, and elders and people who have been at the forefront of this back when this wasn't as easy and as challenging as it may be.
Right.
It was certainly more challenging then.
Yeah, and it's very cool to see the support from generations past kind of come forward in terms of like organization or mentorships, unofficially, but the connections do run deep in the community, and I just love to see it carried forward. I feel like I'm sort of at the edge of that like older generation watching like the new young ones come in with a tear in my eye and stuff. Hey, I got a lot of makeup on. I'm older than I look, folks.
But it's amazing to see that baton being passed to the younger generation and have new people coming up and stepping up, because
really
this wouldn't be possible without all of the volunteers who put in all of the work and make this parade a reality for Victoria, for all communities in Victoria to take part in. Let's give a shout out to Marcus Wakefield, our eye in the sky on our Sunbelt Rentals, Totem Towing. Hi Marcus, what a great spot to watch that parade from. Another shout out to Ollie Herrera as well, our drone camera operator today, who really spearheaded drone coverage in our CHEK News parades right across the board. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors. We can't say it enough. We wouldn't be able to do this without the help of our sponsors, so thank you for stepping up. Helijet, Third Space Movement, of course the Victoria Pride Society, the Fairmont Empress Hotel and our delicious cocktails and treats today, and Totem Towing and Sunbelt Rentals as well. I always love it at the end when you see the street fill with people behind the parade and the march continues past the BC Legislature on to James Bay.
There's
for
a
all
lot
of
of people
the festivities
behind the parade. There's a lot of people behind our broadcast, so thank you to the control room and everyone here on the grounds in front of the Empress, including the Empress staff and our production team who helped put this together. It's a privilege for us to be a part of, so thank you for all the energy and effort that our CHEK crew has put this incredible set together, and from the lighting to the cameras to the switching to the audio, it takes a team of people to bring this together.
It sure does. So much work behind the scenes. I want to give a special shout out to our director and parade producer, Nikki Haysom, as well as to Brad McLeod, who's been acting as our floor director today and helping us out with lots of things and refreshing our drinks and giving us cues as well. So it wouldn't be possible without our amazing team at CHEK, and that's our engineers as well. The setup started early. The teardown's going to keep going long after we're down. So thank you to everyone involved in making this a success. It's my honor to be able to take part in this and help hopefully spread some positivity today with Scott Fee and Eddie Licious.
Happy Pride, everybody.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.